So we finished our icebreaker, sharks, and we're into the meat and potatoes of the day, what it's really about. And we're identifying leaders in our life and how to develop leadership in our own lives. So first of all, we're going to ask the kids within their 4 small groups that you will break them into for sharks, we're going to ask them to brainstorm on a piece of paper who might be a leader in their life, who have they, if they think through their life, who they might have come into contact with over the last year or so that might be a leader. And so we've identified things like a sibling or a teacher, maybe a scout or brownie leader, perhaps a hockey coach or any kind of sport coach, a boss at work, so they can go into who might be a leader in their life or their parents' lives, babysitters, big brother or sister, even a rabbi or a priest could be considered a leader for some of these kids. So we ask them to identify these leaders. The second step within these small groups is to ask them, and this is the part they're going to love, they're going to go nuts with this, ask them to imagine what their life would be like without these leaders. Give them about 10 minutes or so to brainstorm all the scenarios that can happen without leaders, and they usually go nuts with this. Great things like best thing ever, no homework ever, do whatever I want, I get what I want. But then, after a while, they're also going to start to identify things like, breakdown of services, conflict, chaos, all sorts of safety issues coming into play around, like food poisoning in restaurants, that sort of thing. If there's nobody in charge, what can happen? So breakdown of basic services is what they're going to find out, sort of a end world scenario. They're going to then take this information and come over to part 3, which asks them to think about the leaders in their life that they do have and how they've impacted them positively. Then they're going to ask themselves, well, what qualities do they have, and why do our worlds function so well? And we're hoping they're going to come up with things like they keep you safe, they seek input from everybody before they make decisions. A good leader makes things run smoothly and establishes rules that help keep us safe. They help to teach us, and we learn from them, but they also learn alongside of us. We collaborate to ensure fairness. So all of the things that the leaders in our lives do to help us become a society, and a really giving, caring society where we really care for each other. That's what we're hoping to bring this, is into how to make a really beautiful, connected group of students here at SPS. And then finally, the 4th part is we ask them where they might have taken on a leadership role or demonstrated these leadership qualities already in their lives. And we're hoping for things like maybe learning to be a lifeguard, a peer tutor, maybe a camp counselor, maybe they've done some volunteer work, or they've been a positive role model for a sibling, maybe they're an older sibling in their family, maybe they've done some babysitting in the community. So we're hoping that by the end of this, and it's probably going to take about 20-25 minutes by the time we get to all these different parts, they will not only have recognized what a leadership quality is, but where they might have found it within themselves.